Welcome to the A3 Problem-Solving Process e-learning course. Completing this course will take you just under 3 hours, not including the optional exercises and the knowledge tests. The course is divided into 8 chapters. In Chapter 1, I will discuss the objectives and terminology of systematic problem-solving. The chapters 2 to 8 will cover the 7 phases and supporting problem-solving tools of the A3 problem-solving process. Some chapters include exercises. These exercises are optional, so I leave it up to you if you want to spend some time on these exercises or not. At the end of each chapter, you will find a short knowledge test questionnaire. The purpose of these questions is to emphasize some of the key learning points of the completed chapter. Please complete these knowledge tests before you move forward to the next chapter. The resources link at the top of your screen gives you access to a copy of the training material and several templates used for the exercises. You can download and print the material if needed. Okay, let's get started. The general objective and key learning points of this e-learning course are to show you how the A3 problem-solving process works. I will also review some simple case studies to show you how to apply the different problem-solving tools that are integrated into this process. So key learning outcomes are to understand the A3 problem-solving process and its 7 phases, to be able to use the supporting problem-solving tools to find the root cause or causes of a problem, and to establish appropriate corrective and preventive actions. At the end of each phase, we will review a checklist and assessment questions the team should utilize to make sure all necessary work has been done in that phase. Let's talk a little bit about problem-solving terminology. Any problem-solving activity starts with a symptom. What do we mean by a symptom? A symptom is, as you see here, a quantifiable event or effect. Something that an internal or an external customer experiences. For example, a product that does not work as intended, a delivery that has been delivered late, or an incorrect invoice that you received from a supplier. The first question we have to answer is, why do we see that symptom? What is the problem that we need to solve to make sure that the symptom doesn't occur in the future? We have to identify and define the problem. A problem is a deviation from an expectation or standard, a perceived gap between the existing state and a desired state. So, we need to find a way to get from the symptom to the problem that we need to solve. I will show you later how to do that using the A3 problem-solving process, as well as some of the tools that will help us with that. Once we understand the true problem we need to solve, we need to identify possible causes. What are the possible causes of the problem that causes that symptom? We will discuss different tools like brainstorming, the fishbone diagram, and the affinity diagram that we can use to identify possible causes of a problem. After we identified possible causes of a problem, we need to find a way to narrow those down to the most likely causes of the problem. Again, there are different problem-solving tools in the A3 problem-solving process we can use to reduce a large number of possible causes to a smaller number of most likely causes. Finally, we need to identify and verify the root cause or root causes of the problem. Some problems have only one root cause, while some more complex problems may have a combination of 2 or more root causes. So, any problem-solving process really has to guide you in a systematic way from the symptom of a problem to the root cause of the problem. Many organizations are using the A3 problem-solving process, because this process and the integrated problem-solving tools do that in a very efficient and effective manner. We will use this terminology throughout this e-learning course, so you will see this slide again and again, as we go through the A3 problem-solving process. Where does the A3 problem-solving process get its name from? A3 refers to the A3 paper format. The A3 format is 11 inches by 17 inches. The idea is to visualize a summary of the entire problem-solving or improvement project on one A3 piece of paper. There is really no fixed format for the A3 template. It is more about the thought process. An A3 tells the complete story of the project from start to finish, and is a visual manifestation of a systematic and transparent problem-solving thought process. As members of an organization become more familiar with this specific format, they can focus more easily on the actual problem to be solved. An A3 becomes the basis for reaching a shared understanding of how problems are solved and documented in the organization. Here you see now for the first time the 7 phases of the A3 problem-solving process. The first phase is called background. The purpose of this phase is to establish a team with the process and/or product knowledge, allocated time, authority, and skills to solve the problem. The team will then collect fundamental background information about the problem and develop a clear problem statement. Phase 2 is called current conditions and is about describing the problem. In this phase, we are going to create a proper problem description, as well as collect and analyze supporting data and information about the current conditions. We will discuss several tools we can use to do this work. Phase 3 is about defining goals, targets, and objectives for the A3 project. Phase 4 is about determining the root cause or root causes of the problem. There is a lot of work that needs to be done during this phase. We also need to identify the so-called escape points. More about escape points when we get to that phase. We will discuss quite a few problem-solving tools we can use during this phase. After we have defined and verified the root cause and the escape points of the problem, we need to identify, develop, and verify permanent corrective actions or countermeasures. This will be the task in Phase 5 of the A3 problem-solving process. In Phase 6, we will then implement these countermeasures and validate, with the internal or external customer, that these actions are indeed effective. The final Phase 7 is about completing the project, finalizing the A3 problem-solving process report, and recognizing the team for the good work it did. We also want to ensure that individual contributors, not on the team, are recognized for their support. Please complete the knowledge test questionnaire for this chapter, before you move to the next chapter. The pass rate is 100%. You can retry the questionnaire up to 3 times, in case you get 1 or more answers incorrectly. Thank you. Our Operational Excellence Academy provides organizations like yours with excellent training material, e-learning courses, and high-quality online courses. Please visit our website for more information.